Good morning. Good morning, my beautiful friends. This is your wake up call with Maui Paul. I am Maui Paul. We are here today to say some nice things about ourselves. I want to say thank you guys so much for being here. Good morning. Good morning to everybody. Good morning, Tony. Good morning, Lauren. Good morning, Lane. Good morning, Amanda. Wonderful to see you guys here today. Thank you so much, Tony, for sharing the broadcast and anybody else who has shared it. You guys are the lifeblood of this channel. Thank you guys so much. Anyways, yeah, we are here today to say some nice stuff about us. We are here to build into our own lives. We are here to set our day off in the right direction. So let's have some fun. We're going to do the thing that I do every morning at 9 a.m. Monday through Friday. Is that we are going to pull a card off the top of my I am deck. I'm going to ask you if you are the affirmation on the card, and we are going to respond out loud together. I am that affirmation. As we do that, we are going to be essentially completely changing the way that we are perceiving life. And as we change the way that we perceive life, then we're going to have other opportunities available to us. We're going to notice different things. We're going to be able to just have ultimately a completely different experience. So let's have some fun today. Let's pull a card off the top of the deck and say that today I am confident. I am confident. I trust in my abilities and judgment. So I am confident. I trust in my abilities and judgment. Are you confident? You are confident. You trust in your abilities and judgment. I'm going to write that down in the chat, and I encourage you guys to do it as well. Looks like Pepper has already beat me to it. But I am confident. I trust in my abilities and judgment. Yes, confidence is one of those really unique things. I actually have a whole book about confidence. And they describe confidence as this buoyancy of the soul, this confident, this as expectation that things are going to go well, and that even if things don't go as planned, that they're still going to go well. And ultimately, confidence really is about trusting in ourselves. Confidence is about knowing that that what we are doing has a high likelihood of success and proceeding in accordance with that belief. I was out and about running some errands yesterday, and I was over at this gigantic intersection. I mean, really big, like 6-lane intersection, down in a very populated area. And I remember that the intersection was completely full of cars, but then there was this one pedestrian, and this pedestrian was just kind of like strolling across this intersection. This guy was just, he was walking in a very confident way, despite the fact that he was a pedestrian and everybody else in this intersection was in a car. He was the only guy not in a car. He was just strolling across this intersection. And of course, he was inside of a crosswalk, and he was doing it. He was strolling across this intersection in a way that was in accordance with the law, and so people were definitely giving him room. He wasn't having to dodge traffic or anything like that. But I remember thinking about it, and I was with Pepper at the time, and she said, look at how confidently that man is walking across this intersection, this gigantic intersection. And it struck me as so interesting because, of course, he was. And I made some crack about how when a person meets a car at an intersection, that the pedestrian is usually the loser in that transaction. Certainly, the immediate loser in that transaction. The driver loses later in court. But the fact is that when a person is in a crosswalk at an intersection, that they are very vulnerable, that they are the ones, they're the one who is a fish out of water. Everybody else is in a car, they are not. And so it does take a whole lot to be confident. You have to know that your equipment is capable of getting you across. You have to know that you're doing it at the right time. That man could confidently walk across that big intersection because he was walking with a walk signal, and he was walking inside of a crosswalk. And so he was in the place where we expect pedestrians to be. If he was not walking inside the crosswalk, if he was just trying to pick his way across the intersection when there weren't cars coming, if he hadn't waited for the red light to walk across that intersection, then I'll bet he wouldn't have been strolling so confidently across it. I'll bet that he would have been not all that confident at all. He'd have been dodging traffic. He'd have been running and then stopping and running and stopping until eventually he made it across. But the fact is that he could be confident, and he was confident not because anything changed about the intersection, but because he was using it properly. He understood that he trusted in his ability to stay in the crosswalk. He trusted his judgment to know that that not only was the walk sign lit, but also that he was looking both ways as he crossed, and he was. The fact is that confidence is about knowing that what we are doing, and knowing that what we are that knowing that we know what to do, and confidently then doing that thing. So I am confident today. You are confident as well. We trust in our abilities and our judgment. It's not just our abilities that we trust in. It truly is our judgment. It is understanding when to apply those abilities. I too have the ability to cross a major intersection at a leisurely stroll, but I understand that there is an appropriate time to do it, and then there's an inappropriate time. And so we just make sure that we do things at the appropriate time. We make sure that we have the appropriate equipment. We make sure that we are acting in accordance with the larger systems that we really don't have all that much control over. But as we do this, we become more and more confident of our success. The guy who was crossing that big busy intersection does not control the lights, does not control the way that the walk sign works. But nevertheless, they do understand the patterns. They understand that the light is going to turn red, and then the walk sign is going to be lit, and then that's when they can start walking. In the same way, we need to make sure that not only do we trust in our own abilities, and we have confidence in our own abilities, but also that we make sure that we are applying those abilities at the right time in the right situation. And as we trust in our abilities and our judgment, we know that we have a confident expectation of success. So I am confident today. You're confident as well, and we trust in our abilities and in our judgment. And as we trust in our abilities, we have to be careful that we do not sell ourselves short. I think I mentioned it yesterday that whatever it is that we are good at, we tend to think that other people are good at the same thing, even if, as far as they're concerned, what we are doing is far outside of their capabilities. So we have to be confident not just in our abilities, but we also have to be confident and confidently understand that what we what we are good at, that what we know how to do, is not common knowledge, even though to us it seems trivial. And in many cases, things that I am good at which seem trivial to me are absolutely mind blowing to other people. It happens to me all the time. I'm sure it happens to you all the time too. My mind is blown by what other people can do all the time, and the fact is that to them it probably just seems pretty ho hum, pretty trivial, pretty like, well, yeah, so what? So today we are confident people, and so let's make sure that as we go through our day, that we trust in our abilities and our judgments. Let's make sure that we are working in accordance with what we know how to do. More importantly, when we know how to do it, and even more importantly than that, understanding that the correct time to move is when the other larger external systems that we do not have all that much control of, the external factors that we don't have all that much control of, that we have judged those properly. They were like, oh, this is a conducive time for me to make this move, that move, the other move, whatever it is that we are doing. I have lots and lots of things that I do every single day that I'm trying for the very first time. And the fact is that I'm confident in my abilities. I'm confident in my judgments. I also make sure that when I'm doing something for the very first time, that I don't beat myself up too much if it doesn't go entirely to plan, because that is a part of learning. All right, guys. So this has been your wake up call for today. Let us confidently go out tomorrow or go out today and accomplish the stuff that is most important. And let's go confidently into all of our tomorrows, knowing that yesterday prepared us for today, and that today is preparing us for tomorrow. Let's not borrow worry or stress wondering if we're going to be able to do something tomorrow that we haven't yet been able to figure out how to do today. Tomorrow has enough worries for itself. And let's also understand as we go through that that special buoyancy of the soul, known as confidence, is something that is going to propel us forward at speeds and in directions that we never thought possible before. So I'm confident today. You are confident as well. Let us be bold and confident as we go out and remake this world in our own image. I'm really excited to see the things that you guys are working on, and very happy to help anybody who needs help to amplify their voice and to amplify their message. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow at 9 a.m. We're going to have a very, very special wake-up call tomorrow. So if you guys are around, it'd be a really good one to catch. Not only am I going to do a recap of the week, but I'm going to be doing some announcements tomorrow. And then, of course, we have an awesome Saturday service at 9 a.m. At 11 a.m. on Saturday. So come get some ass at the awesome Saturday service, a more spiritual take on the wake-up call. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow at 9 a.m. Until then, aloha from paradise.